name is Samantha and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not it was worth it to do 5 shows in 2 weeks. Let's get into it. So November 1st through the 15th, I think it was. Let me double check my notes here. Gosh, my words, I cannot even speak. November 1st through the 16th, I had 5 shows. 4 of those shows I was physically at, and one of them was my product at a show, but I was not physically there selling the product. It was absolutely the busiest, most stressful, most overwhelming 2 weeks of my life. Definitely of my year, 100%. Would I do it again? I don't know. I'm really hoping that next year we can condense the 2 weeks down into 1 week. It was a lot. It was so much, like, to be sleep deprived every day, to be driving out of the house every day, to be like having to be here and go there and go there. Like, it was so much. It was very overwhelming having 4 different shows that required different setups, that required different tables. It was very overwhelming. So, it was a lot. It was so much to keep track of everything and make sure I had all of the things that I needed. If I was not the organized person that I am, there is no way that it could have happened and could have happened well. I did well at every single show and I hit my goals at every single show. There's no way that that would have happened if I wasn't, able to be on top of all my product, able to be on top of all my displays, have everything that I needed, and then to be there and be available for the customers. So, is it for the faint of heart? No, absolutely not. If you can't handle one show without taking off work and needing time to recuperate, do not do this to yourself. Do not do it. It was a lot, and I took 11 days of PTO from my full-time job, and then obviously my part-time job is in person, so I couldn't do that. So it was nice having a break from that, but it was in no way a vacation. It was no way relaxing. I did not sleep 8 hours any of the nights. It was a lot, but I also got to do so many shows, got to interact with so many customers, had so many repeat customers, got to hang out with so many friends and family. So that was really great. Living further away, I don't really have a circle of friends in Pennsylvania. So most of my friends are in Virginia. And every time we go down to Virginia, it's like, oh, we got this family event. Okay, come back home. So it was really nice to be able to connect with people who I've not been able to connect with in some cases since before COVID. I know, the nasty C word, but that was really, really nice. It was also really hard. I'll talk about this in another video I plan to do, but I've been doing what's called 75 hard or 75 soft. And it's keeping track of what you're eating and your exercise and reading and things like that. And it was really, really hard to do that while I was gone because I was not in control of where I was or where my meals were. So it really helped that I planned everything out and I had my meals. I had 2 meals a day already set in place. That was also really helpful at the shows, that I wasn't just eating what was available to me, that I already had it planned out. So my estimate on food, so I did a grocery pickup, and then I also did I went out every day. I had a meal outside of the house. I don't think I ate a meal at home any of the days. That was the other thing. If I wasn't staying at my parents' house, there's no way this would have been economical in any way. Being able to stay at my parents' house and making my lodging $0 made the world of difference. If I had to pay for a hotel on top of all of these things, there's absolutely no way that doing 4 shows in 2 weeks would have been worth it. I would have had to drive back to Pennsylvania and drive back down only for the shows and slept in my car. So that's another huge, huge factor. If you can have free lodging to be able to do multiple shows in a segment of time, that makes a huge difference. So my estimate on food was that I was going to spend $345 outside of the house. I ended up spending $268, so I was a little lower than I expected. And then for groceries, I ended up spending $135. So for 16 days, I spent $403 on food, which I think is really great. For having a meal outside of the house every day. And then my other meals was a sandwich that I made. I made the bread, I made the eggs, and then I used pre-made breakfast meat. And then that sounds gross, like a breakfast patty is what I'm trying to say, but I don't know why it sounded gross when I said it like that. And then for lunch, most of the days I had protein shake and a protein bar, which those aren't cheap, right? Those were I think the protein shakes are like $3 each and the protein bars are like $2. So it's like $5, which sounds cheap, but it's not. Like if you were to make like a peanut butter and jelly, that'd be like $1 or like 50 cents, right? So kind of expensive. And then an apple with peanut butter was my snack each day. So I spent $403 on food. So I was really proud of myself. And then gas. So my estimate was that I would spend $158 on gas. I ended up spending $151 on gas. So that was really great. I was right in where I thought it was going to be. And then the shows, they cost $1,040. Oh, but plus, okay, so I did that wrong. 140 plus 25 because you got to calculate in, what's the one called? I can't think of it. Quakertown. So it was $165 is how much all the shows cost. So that amount, we were able to make that. So do I have the overall total written down? I don't think I do. So my goal for the 3 shows when I was in Virginia was to do 3,150. I hit that goal just at Dulles. So hit all the goals every day. You know, Clarke County, I was there 2 days. Dulles, I was there 3 days. Great Beginnings, I was there 1 day, and then came back to Pennsylvania to do Quakertown. So it was a lot. It was so much to go to all those different shows, but I think it was worth it. It kind of made my trip free. Like the food I talked about, like being able to go out and like go out to dinner with friends, like doing the shows ended up making like my gas and food quote unquote free. Like not that all the sales are profit, they're not all profit. Like you are never gonna get rich from doing craft shows. At this point, my hobby just pays for itself. And like when I go to the fabric store, I don't really have a budget. I can get whatever I want. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It would be great if I could make enough money that then I could quit my part-time job and I could just, you know, do one job and then do this. But you know, we'll see if that happens. It was also really great to learn about some shows that are supposed to be good in Pennsylvania. So I've got those on my list for next year. I'm going to do a video later this month talking about all of the recap for the year as well as the shows that I plan to do next year. So either on this video or that video, please let me know if you have any show recommendations. I'm open. I'm all ears. The other thing that I need your help with is both Artisan Market and Studio and Mojo Sews are closing. So that means my product will only physically be in Lazy Daisy in Leesburg, Virginia. So I need to find some more physical stores to put my product in, either in Pennsylvania or Virginia. I don't want to be in any other state because I don't want to deal with the taxes. Right now, I'm just doing taxes in Virginia and Pennsylvania. I do not want to add another state on top of that. So if you have any store recommendations that are worth it to be a handmade consignor in, please put those in the comment section down below. The made market, so I don't know how much I made at that. So the barn sale was Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. I got a payout, but the payout was all of October and the show. So I don't know how much the show was because I wasn't physically there and I can't access my account to see the stats, but I got $417. So I'm assuming that I sold, like, I have no idea, like guessing that part of that was from the month prior. Let's say $100 was from the month prior, then maybe I did like $500 in sales at the show, and like, because she takes a portion. And I also have no idea how much I paid to be there because I paid that like back in January. So that was a nice little chunk. I mean, just that, the sales of that covers, you know, the food while I was there. So it was nice to try this and see how it went. Would I do it again? No, 2 weeks was too much. I want to see if next year I can get it condensed into 1 week. So I already have the days for the Dulles show, and I don't know the days of the Clarke County show, but if those are end cap weekends, I'm going to ask if the Great Beginnings show can be put within that week. I don't know if she already has the dates set or if she's able to pick the dates, but if she can move the preschool date within that week, I think it would be so much better, because then, like, so this time I took off Friday and I drove down on Friday and set up at Clarke County, and then I took off Monday through Friday, and then came back, right? So if I was able to leave after work or maybe take a half day on Friday, go set up, because it's 3 hours yeah, I probably would have to at least take a half day if I wanted to set up Friday, or just get there at the crack of dawn on Saturday and set up. But then, so not a full day on Friday, and then take off Monday through Friday. So only have to take 5, maybe 6 days of PTO. That would be a lot better because it was too much. And had I tried to take my laptop and work while I was down there, there's no way I could have done it, because it was too much going on. Too many times I had to like load and unload the car and like move this product. That was the other like really overwhelming thing, is before Dulles. So all of the towels that I finished, I had to, I finished sewing them in Pennsylvania. I had to iron and package them. I also had all of my product, not all of it, but I had a lot, most of my product from Made, my product from Lazy Daisy, my product that was in my back stock, and my product that was in my regular stock. So I had 4 sets of inventory that I was putting together. It took me forever. Like all the towels, I had to put it together, and then I had to separate, and then all of the jar openers, put it together and separate. And then I had to section out like what is going to Dulles, what is going to the barn, what is going in the back stock. So it was it all tagged, and it was just so overwhelming. So whether or not the barn sale happens next year, I don't know if that'll happen, but that was definitely an overwhelming factor on top of all this. Like, had that not happened, and had I not had to like switch around my inventory like that, it would have made it a lot easier. So those are 2 things I'm going to try and do for next year. 1, not do the barn sale, or have just a separate inventory already set aside for that, so I don't have to do the inventory in the moment. And 2, try to get everything within 1 week, so I could do the 3 shows in the 1 week, and I would not do, so the Quakertown one, I don't know. I don't think it was worth it to do the November one. We'll see how December is, and then we'll determine what to do next year. But, and what weekend it is. Because if there was a gap weekend, the other hard part is that like I had, was it 3 weekends in a row? Yeah, because, so it was Clarke County, and then Dulles, and then, Quakertown. So 3 weekends in a row I was at shows, and it was so overwhelming. And then I had things going on in my personal life where I'm being asked to do things on a Sunday, and I'm like, I cannot meet on Sunday. Like, I'm busy. I have these things happening. And so it was really hard to collaborate with the people in my life that I needed to collaborate with that were only available on Sundays. And so it was a lot. It was so much to have so many weekend shows back to back to back. And then, you know, all of this, like, was it profitable enough? The answer is that craft shows are not, is that crafting is not. You're not going to make $1 million, right? Like, at this point, I'm just kind of like breaking even and making it worth it, so that like I can go out and go have a meal and go have something to eat when I go out and do these things, or I can go buy the fabric I want to eat, or buy. I do not eat my fabric, I promise you. I don't know why I said that. Go buy the fabric I want to buy. Like, but I have never paid myself. I have not like taken a cut out of my business at all, but I have gotten to the point where I can sign up for shows, and that money pays for the shows. So, hopefully in the years to come, I can do better, or else I need to just stop doing the shows, because it is so much work. It is so much work and so much effort. Like, I'm not even counting in to all of my factors, like the time it takes me to make products, the time it takes me to go to the shows, the time it takes me to sit there at the shows. Like, it is so much work. I really need to get my digital patterns up. I already have a couple of those available, but my goal is to have like 50 or 100 of those along with the tutorial videos, so that then my digital shop can just work on its own. And then I need to get into like 10, 15, 20 shops where I could just stock my product and I do not have to be there to sell. So like the barn sale, that was great that happened and I didn't have to physically be there. But also, you know, that money made, I did that amount of sales in 1 day at one of the shows, and that was 3 days plus the month of sales. So my product is a lot better when I'm there, but it's hard for me to physically be there all the time. So I don't know. It's a lot of factors. There's a lot of things going on. Like, I'm not giving up right now, but it's really hard to keep going when like it's not like I'm cutting myself even $1,000 paycheck. Like, there's nothing. I'm not taking any money out of this. Like, the money is just self-cycling, and I get fabric and I get food, and you know, I paid for the gas, you know, and got my car washed. So it's hard. It's hard to keep going. It's hard to be like, oh, like I did so well. Like, I did well, but I didn't do well enough. You know what I'm saying? So Let me know your recommendations in the comment section down below. What shows you would recommend. Definitely like shows that are worth the energy and effort of going out there. People are buying, people are happy to be there. There's a lot of customers. And then let me know your recommendations of shops that I can try and get my product in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.